lots to fight for. We're on to the penultimate bronze medal matchup now. The women's under 67s, and here they come.
In the category women -67 kilograms. In the blue, from France, WIET Magda.
Oh man, yo, I feel like the champion. Oh man, yo, I feel like the champion.
Well, Magda Viet-Anan, the French fighter, has been in fabulous form. Still very much in the computations for Olympic qualification. A medal here would certainly do her the world of good. That loss to Mateja Jelic, the Croatian, who goes later on in the final.
From USA.
A great match yesterday too.
Real nice.
Quality, yeah.
And speaking of quality, someone that you know very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Been on many trips, many tournaments, and for a couple decades now. I can say I'm a little bit more partial in this one. I don't know Magda as well. Amazing fighter. It's going to be a fantastic matchup. It's, again, that brute physicality versus athleticism. Again, kind of like the McPherson-Ruth fight from yesterday. So I'll be curious to see if Paige has made some adjustments.
And as you see, the Ruth Bagby was the victor in that one. A close-fought contest as Terence Jennings makes his way into the coaching corner for this one. Alonso Rezondo, former Spanish national team, European champion and world medalist, now the French coach. Guo Li, the center referee.
Both coaches, amazing former athletes too. That's the kind of coach you want in the chair, somebody that's actually been through the thick of it and knows what you're dealing with.
That would be, we should probably have a little conversation about that during the next break in terms of which coaches could still go at it, which would cause the most problems. And there's probably two contenders here. But speaking of contenders, on the mat, France and the USA, Magda Viet-Anan starting quickly. Paige McPherson showing that subtlety and variety, lovely control of distance, judging and making her miss at the moment. Magda Viet-Anan finding a way through at the moment. Nice fake there from the French fighter as both of them go through the customary feeling out process, looking for answers. The intelligence, nice little step out double. Perhaps watching the Ruth Bagby tape from yesterday. But Magda Viet-Anan has plenty of variety, Stephen.
Yeah, already some amazing displays of athleticism. It doesn't look like either of them fought yesterday. They both look very fresh, especially in comparison to some of the people today. It's impressive. They did their due diligence last night for sure.
Yeah, as you see, that freshness evident as we go to the halfway stage of the opening round. Plenty of kicks thrown. Just short on distance at the moment. Both fighters, real excellent footwork, shifting back and forward, controlling that distance between the two. And of course, the length of your leg doesn't change during a fight, but the length of the distance between the two does. Trying to go the distance there was a headshot from McPherson. Back leg turning kick from Magda Viet-Anan. And this one beginning to heat up nicely.
Yeah, great covers. I think Paige took advantage of a nice one of those scraping dado points there. Just a little bit off balance, took advantage of Magda's aggressiveness. Oh,
that aggression pays off nicely, as you say.
Exactly. That's. I think this one's going to be a nail biter down to the end.
Good power punch on the way through, counter double followed by the headshot. The quality there from both, and you can't take your eyes off it for a second. And also, that clinch work's going to be key.
Yeah, absolutely. Magda's double is on point. Paige barely missing the headshot. This might be the Daehun match from yesterday, and that we might start with 2-2 and end 25-23 or whatever in the third round.
I don't know if we've got some sort of psychic connection, but I was literally thinking this is the same style of start of match of V Daehun yesterday.
It's almost like we finish each other's sandwiches. Oh, come on. I thought we were there. Sorry,
but
we're not quite there.
Don't talk at the same time.
Yeah, we're not quite there. We're practically an old married couple. We just got to get on the same wavelength.
But as long as we don't talk over each other.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. I got you. I got you.
But of course, fights are much like a conversation. Who can dominate it? Who can get the timing? And both of them getting the timing right, asking questions of each other, and duly delivering And of course, I know you know Team USA very well. Thoughts for the French fighter in the French corner?
I like the pressure that she started off with. Got away from it a little bit, and that gave Paige the opportunity to shoot to the face like that. I think if we're smart, we look for that double kick.
As you say, that counter double on the step out double kick. If you're new to it, obviously 2 kicks with both legs in mid-air. Easier to say than it is to do, but Magda Vietnam has that quality, and the control of distance from both has been excellent. That intelligence, that ring IQ. Little back leg turning kick, well blocked there from McPherson, who looks stock steady and resolute in the centre. Well, she's got the Olympic experience, she's got that quality, has the athlete in red. Magda Vietnam looking for her first Olympic Games foray. Can she find a way through?
I think Paige has got to be careful with that leg. There's been a couple of clashes. That keeps going. That might cost her a deduction, and not for intent, but just for the fact that they just keep clashing. And if you're a good enough actor, sometimes you can draw out that deduction even from the best refs.
And the expert analysis of Stephen Lambden, giving us the run over this one. Front leg to the face, so close from Paige McPherson.
Yep, maybe starting to show some signs of fatigue from yesterday. Some of the adrenaline starting to wear off a little bit. Not quite as much movement, still looking for that opportunity at that mid-range for either the punch or the follow with the double kick, I think, from Magda.
Good back leg turning kick from McPherson. Decent attempt on a counter there. Both missing by the merest of margins as we go towards 22 seconds. 2-all on the board. Oh, back kick just landing a little bit low there. Headshot though from McPherson.
Yep, she took advantage of closing that distance before Magda could get turned around after that spin. Puts her up by 3 going into the 3rd round. That's a good position. I like where we're sitting.
And we are sitting front and center here in Moscow. And with the handy lead, well, instead of styling it out like the heavyweights did before, both fighters fighting to the finish. The feet flying. And flying up on the scoreboard, Paige McPherson turning up the heat on Magda Vietnam of France. And both fighters giving it absolutely everything in this one. As you would expect, this for the bronze medal. And this, the tale of the highlights so far, Stephen.
Yeah, it's, I think the story comes down to who was controlling the center of the ring. And it was a little bit 50-50 in that 1st round. And as we're seeing from the highlights, Paige kept that pressure on in the 2nd round. I think that's why she's ahead. She created that mismatch on the turn, and as we see here, Paige just taking advantage of hitting the blind side, essentially. It's hard to block what you can't see.
Absolutely, and what was so interesting about it is that back kick missing by the merest of margins, followed by the head kick, and that is literally, the momentum has shifted that way.
It's that's one of those things. It might cause a huge difference in this one, but Magda's experience, she's been around the block. This is not a new situation for her, so I'm sure she's about to stomp on the gas pedal.
Well, here we go, motoring down the highway towards the bronze medal. Little flick up to the face there from the French fighter in blue, holding on the inside, almost catching the head of McPherson, who's ever wise and gets herself out of the way.
Interesting, not a lot of extension on that one, but there was a lot of good sound, so it all depends on where that judge is sitting.
Well, neither are sitting pretty at the moment. Pushing, shoving, but no gam jumps given. A cleanly fought contest. Good power on the inside from Magda Vietnam. Finds herself back in the centre. Good block on the inside again from McPherson. Concedes the punch, but not the kick. Almost a mirror repeat of that one.
Yeah, exactly. She's got to be careful on that rush, but if she finds herself in that situation again, kick to the blind side, it worked. Coach is starting to get a little bit fired up, maybe having some flashbacks of their competitive days, having some Vietnam-style PTSD, getting all riled up and excited. I love it.
Of course, Terence Jennings on the right of the screen, former Olympian, or always Olympian. Alonso Redondo, likewise, was a top-class competitor in his time. Passing on the information to both fighters as we go to the final minute. There's a minute separating the two. Who's going to take the bronze medal? Will the answer be in this round? Paige McPherson trying to put on the pressure and kill some time on the clock.
Yeah, it's at this point, Paige is in the driver's seat. I think she keeps that pressure on because she can't let Magda start using her athleticism and doubling and looking for that punch.
Well, the snap has come off the punches of both. Can they find an answer? Magda Henin comes from a fighting family. Can she fight to the finish here? Paige McPherson stock steady in the center. Decent flick up to the face there from the American good power punch in the inside.
Yep, huge punch. That was the right call. There was a little bit of a break in the action. Paige saw it and just took advantage of it. I love it.
Turns the page and turns the tides on Magda Henin. The French fighter has started well, but responding. Paige McPherson looking for that medal, looking for that opportunity, blocking, stock steady in the center. Magda Henin trying to come on strong.
12 seconds to go. This is going to come down to the wire. Magda looking for that punch again, still 6-4, no score. 8 seconds to go, referee breaks it. Magda keeping the pressure on, trying for the big points at this point. She's got to go all in at this point. 2 seconds, 1. And just under a second, I think we see exactly how this match is going to go. 6-5 though, anything could happen.
Well, opportunities, but finishing with a flourish. Paige McPherson fires one up to the face there, and Alonso Redondo has his hand up. He's going to try and play his video replay card in the last second. Yep, he's showing that there to the center referee. So cut the music, turn off the lights, looking for the punch perhaps now. Obviously more in hope than expectation, we guess, from this position. But might as well throw it. You've got a card there.
Yeah, well, you can't take it with you.
Yeah.
Right?
Can't take it through customs. But who will be taking their medal back home through customs in this one? And they're accustomed to looking for it. I think we have Dennis Kim on the video review, just checking on it here. Let's see if we can garner anything from this. Now it's maybe just a, as we said, more in hope than expectation. He was motioning perhaps for a possible punch. Let's have a look. Good chop kick to the face.
Not quite.
Yeah, worth a throw, but
yeah, absolutely. In this situation, you might as well, like I said, you can't take it with you. You might as well throw up the card because you never know what that video is going to show.
well, the canned handed back there from Tennis Jennings, as he will take the acclaim along with Paige McPherson. Wonderful win for Team USA. Back-to-back bronzes.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 medals at a Grand Prix final. While it's not necessarily Korea's performance, it's definitely an upswing for Team USA.
Getting on the podium, not for the first time. Final thoughts and praise there from Paige McPherson. And much like yourself, and indeed me, faith very important to Paige.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's not only does she keep her composure and show that faith whenever she's lost, she gives just as much credit, win, lose, draw, whatever it is, and that's something you can respect in any athlete.
Well, the true blessing in the end there for the US, going back with the bronze. Magda Henin fought to the finish, and if she doesn't make it through by way of automatic qualification, well, she'll be one to tussle with come Milan in April for the European qualifiers. Still in contention. McPherson, though, at a stretch with the bronze.
I think I'm pulling my hamstring while watching this highlight.
It was split second timing.
Yeah, I love it.